Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mouse and today I'm going to be talking you through my first single from my debut EP, A.N.D. So A.N.D. stands for Angels Never Die, which is the title of the EP. I guess you could say this is the title track. Personally, I didn't really want to have a track which was also called the same thing as the EP. I wanted it to look a little different, and also I quite like it when bands and artists have is it an acronym? Is it an acronym? No. An abbreviation? Let's go with that. It gives it an air of mystery, I think, because you don't really know what it stands for. I actually did a little Q&A on my Instagram months ago now to ask people what they thought it stood for, and yeah, I got some genuinely hilarious responses. A couple of you did get it right, so thank you for guessing. I did promise you 3 wishes if you guessed it right, so those are on the way. Also wearing a bra for the first time in almost a year. I hate it, I really hate it. A.N.D. was written pre-pandemic 2020. I was going through a really hard time. I felt like I'd really lost myself. I'd lost my way in a lot of aspects of my life. And I hadn't really been acting for quite some time in alignment with who I am. Thanks to the pandemic, I've had plenty of time to sit with that person and actually get to know her, which has been a tremendously huge blessing. I wrote this song and I did not feel confident at all when I wrote it. Genuinely, I was in my bed on my own and I just opened my lyric book, I clicked my pen and I just let my hand go, and I wrote all of it pretty much in one go, apart from the middle 8 and the outro lyrics, which are of course the same. If you still haven't heard A.N.D, like, firstly, why are you watching this behind the scenes, but also go and listen to it. Hell, if you could just like mute stream it on repeat, that would be great. Like, have it playing while you sleep at night. Have it playing in your ears while you sleep at night, because to be honest with you, I think these lyrics would actually really help you wake up and just be a bad bitch. These lyrics were subconsciously what I actually needed to hear. And it was bizarre because I really didn't feel that way at all. And actually I think that's a really interesting tool to use in songwriting. Know how you feel and flip it and then write about that. Write about how you want to be feeling, or write about how a more confident you would deal with a situation. And I find that that has been tremendously medicinal, actually. And this song was very much that. It was such a remedy for this situation. I felt lost, and this is a song about me feeling really self-assured and ready for whatever the world could bring at me. Hilarious. We went into a pandemic. We went into lockdown. The only lyrics which were a struggle were the middle 8. So when I originally wrote this song, I had it in my head that I would just basically repeat the chorus, but then do some vocal runs over the top. When it came to it, I just didn't think that added any narrative or meaning to the song, and I really wanted that section to add an extra layer of story. I'm a really big fan of a writer called Rebecca Campbell. I first read Light is the New Black, this one. Follow what lights you up and you'll light up the world. So it's basically all about coming home to yourself, which is the narrative of this song. A guide to answering your soul's calling and working your light. When I came to writing the middle 8, I just went like this. Yeah, cool, let's pick out some keywords here. And I did, and I strung them together. The melodies just stayed exactly the same from that moment that I wrote the lyrics. They didn't actually change at all. This song was genuinely the easiest from the whole EP to record. Like, I think I did it in a few hours. It was so easy, and there were definitely songs on the EP that took days because I just couldn't get them right. The only bit that wasn't easy was the note that goes, and I'm going to be really open with you, okay? I am not going to pretend that that note that goes into the last chorus from the middle 8 was easy for me. It was not. Never die. I have spoken before about how much I grew up on metal and how it formed me and my tastes. And although most people will listen to that and think, well, that sounds nothing like Avenged Sevenfold, how have you actually been influenced by them? The genuine theatre of metal and the drama, that kind of sonic palette with the chord progression, and also the outro, which I didn't realise until I listened back to it. I'll show you the clip just now. Tell my baby girl I sung my last song today. Remind the Lord to leave the light on for me. Right, so that section that's just come in, actually, now I think about it, that is so... Oh man, Avenged Sevenfold are just absolutely injected into my veins every day of my life, because I've just realised that not only am I taking huge inspiration in terms of the instrumentation of the orchestra sections, but also the instrumentation of this bit that's just come in with a sort of whistle and the military snare still going. That is the middle eight and the outro of A.N.D. I will love Avenged Sevenfold until the day I die. Hello, let's take a deep dive into the project file for A.N.D. For those of you who have never seen this program before, this is Logic Pro X, and this is the program that I use to produce everything that I make. I'm sure those of you who are seasoned music producers will notice how absolutely neat and tidy this project is. This is purely for my own sanity, because I knew when I was making this track I wasn't going to send it to anybody else, so nobody was going to see this. We've got our orchestra and choir in here, very nice. Some pads. Our bass, I've got 3 bass tracks, leads, arps. The SC is sidechain. You will see this as a constant throughout anything that I've produced. I can't be bothered to write out the word sidechain every time, so I just call it SC. I've got 2 auxiliary tracks at the top, and they are just for automating the fade out in the outro. So this is the yellow automation line, is for volume, so that's me fading out the volume with time. And to be really honest with you, it took me like a real minute to try and think, I've never done a fade out before. Hang on a minute. How do I fade out? Is it really as simple as just turning the track down with time? Yes, it is. And this one here is automating the wetness of the reverb that I have on the same section. So I already had the lyrics, and what I wanted to create sonically was this idea of rallying together and having community, team, family, I suppose. So what sound to me was about rallying together and becoming a force. And it was, okay, what sort of military sounds do I think of? Okay, let's go for a marching band. That was, to be honest, the first thing I thought of in advance of the rest of the song. The thing that came second was the idea to have an orchestra, because this song is all about authenticity and alignment. I was like, right, okay. So if I start with this, how do I put myself into this song? I was like, okay, got it. Orchestra. There we have it. Oh my gosh, I still love that section so much. I'm really genuinely not the sort of person to like toot my own horn, toot my own French horn when it comes to music, to be honest, because that's just not really who I am. But my goodness, the arrangement in this song I think is so nice. What's more rousing than a trumpet? Like, seriously. So then I built the beat, and this beat was so fun to write. Yeah, pretty spicy. I have two favorite things about this beat, so I will show them to you. The first thing is this kick that happens only in the chorus. It was genuinely a mistake to put CLA guitar on this. Of course, you wouldn't usually put that on a drum kit or anything like that. That's not a guitar, but I did it accidentally. I came across this setting, which was this electric leader, and I think it sounds so cool because let's just play the kick without it. Boring. Okay. So much cooler. I absolutely love a kick with delay on it because it just adds so much movement. So the other thing that I really love about this beat is the closed hi-hats. So let's listen to them. So having that automated rise and fall in pitch I think was really exciting because again it added movement and it kept this beat flowing. So the automation looks like this, which looks kind of gross, doesn't it? I just automated it using Latch. I did not write this all in because that would have been so long. So I'll show you what's happening here. So we've got boutique 808 hi-hats, and if you keep your eye on this here, this is the pitch control, and you'll see that that is what I use to automate. Take a look. So let's take a look. Let's go from top to bottom now and see what's going on. I love that sound so much. And if I'm not mistaken, this is called Bionic Squirrel. Yes. So this is just a pretty standard. Yeah, this is a standard Serum preset, I think. I don't think this is any extra. I think this just came with Serum when I got it a while ago. I love Serum so much. Pretty much everyone I know who uses Serum absolutely adores it as well. It's just such a lovely, very visual VST, and you can do so much with it. Yeah, it's fantastic. I absolutely adore it, and I use it for most of my work, to be honest. That side chain working hard. The only bit where we have this extra verse 808 is the last bit of verse 2, where I wanted it to have a little bit more of a different feel. Yeah. Just because I wanted it to feel a little bit more jumpy, so if we combine those bits with the drums as well. Yeah. And that is basically a visual as well for how I made this song. I was just kind of doing this throughout. In my opinion, if I'm not doing this, it's just not working. What I'm cooking isn't hot enough, so I need to go back to the drawing board. Anyway, let's take a look at the pads now. That side chain working again. Also, of course, we have the transitions, which are the impacts and rises. To be honest, they are not interesting, in my opinion, on their own. They are just a means to an end. Need some more impact samples. Impact samples. One of my greatest lessons, I think, in production came from unpacking the stems of Touch It by Ariana Grande. This song has so many impacts and rises sounds, and some of them are in different keys that clash with each other, but actually it just adds to the tension that you feel, and you want that release to come when the chorus kicks in, and you hear that impact sound. It's like, oh, it's a relief, right, when it hits. And I, for some reason, this is just in my, novice production stage, I was using one impact, one riser, and that was it. Whereas now I love to layer them up and get them sounding really, really big. But they are quite boring on their own, but yeah, without them, my goodness, you hear the difference. Shall we mute them and see? So this is arguably one of the biggest sections of the whole song. It is that kind of vocal run into the final chorus. This is what it sounds like, no risers. Who cares? Way more exciting. I think I produced this track genuinely over 1 or 2 days, which is a very short time period for me. I like to be able to leave something, walk away from it, come back to it when I feel ready, when I feel like I've got more to give that will really propel this song to the next level. But for this song in particular, I just... sounds cheesy as hell, but I literally opened my heart and this is what came out, and I'm so grateful that I have this tool to use. If you have any specific questions about the production, by the way, do drop them down below. I'd happily talk about this until the cows come home, so I've tried to keep it pretty concise. So do let me know if you'd like any particular details in anything, or any particular sounds, anything that you think, oh, how did she do that bit though? Just, yeah, ask me. I think it's really important that as a woman I show you that this is possible, and I really did do it myself, and girls can do it too, etc, etc. So particularly if there are any women or LGBTQ plus people, be it A.N.D people, who have any questions about what I've done, I encourage you to please ask me. If you don't feel like asking them publicly as well, you can find me on social media and DM me. More than happy to have a chat about this, and how I got started in it, or whatever you'd like to know. Just ask, it's absolutely fine, you're welcome to. I really wanted to document this because I am currently processing the vocals for A.N.D, the title track of my EP, and I am feeling a lot of things today. I am feeling... this song makes me feel elated, true escapism, and like I can be literally anything I want. And man, if I can help one person feel like that with this song, then I think that my job is done in a way. Just making this feel special. It feels really, really special. And I'm actually sitting here getting a little bit emotional when I'm listening to this song. Just even the a cappella on a loop, I don't care. Just trying to fix the reverb, but I just, yeah, this is something special, I just know it. That's so good. What I've really enjoyed about putting A.N.D out as the first single was I felt like it was a really great introduction to the whole of this EP, the themes of the EP, and also just to this part of my life. I feel like it's a really fantastic narrative to start off this next chapter with. And I really hope that it makes you feel really empowered and confident. If you've enjoyed this video, please do hit subscribe, and I will see you in my next one.